Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Disco Elysium, the final cut. Now, last session we were leaning quite heavily into being a bit of a jerk to everyone we spoke to. So we're going to carry on doing that. We're going to be the jerk cop, and I don't think that's an official, category of cop within the game, but it's the route that we're going to take and see where it gets us. Now we've got a couple of people here in the last episode we cut down this body from the tree. And it's going to be collected by forensics or something, I think. But we've got a couple more people to speak to here, but we're just going to click around everything else in this area and just investigate everything there is to look at. And then we'll go and talk to them. Can we get over there? I don't think we can look at that stuff. Maybe we get over into that particular area later on. Something else here, though. Can we get into here? Don't think we can. Okay, so let's go talk to Cuno first, and he's a lovely character.
Fuck does Cuno care?
The boy turns to you. He doesn't care. Okay, we can't be a particular jerk to him, so we'll ask him what he knows about the body.
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Cuno!
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Can we be a jerk to him? No, I think we just got to try and find
Cuno
out
doesn't
info.
give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Cuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Cuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Cuno threw that shit away.
Okay, so he's got rid of the
Oh,
armor.
come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
Okay, we're going to say that he's too small for the armor. That seems like quite a jerky thing to say.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Cuno's 12. He's huge. What are you? Fucking 80. When Cuno's 80, Cuno can fit 4 of you in Cuno. Fuck out of here.
Trying to fuck on Cuno! Fuck out of here!
Cuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kick-off on the imaginary helmet.
Cuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Cuno.
You threw it in the
Yeah.
sea?
That shit means nothing to Cuno. Cuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Cuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
Troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows.
What? You know that? Okay.
So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuro's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fuck gimp. Cuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
Oh, we're talking about the body.
He could have just said he doesn't know.
You could have just said you don't know.
Cuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Cuno sing into the popo phone.
How did he get up
Probably climbed. Cuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
there? So you didn't see it happen?
You heard Cuno. Cuno wasn't even in Martinez. Cuno wasn't in Revachol. Cuno wasn't regional.
Okay, where did you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking
He looks around trying to come up with something.
Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Cuno was in fucking Night City.
In Cyberpunk 2077? Okay.
Cuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Cuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
Have you seen anyone suspicious?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Cuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Cuno!
Okay.
You're testing Cuno's patience here.
Get lost,
They bleep that. Let's talk
Right,
about the crime
Pig.
scene.
This is where Cuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
Is that lad of yours?
No, it's not fucking Cuno's. It's ancient. Look at it.
He thinks you're fucking fool, Cuno. He says you climb the ladder up to your magic treehouse.
Get the fuck out of here, Pig. Cuno doesn't have a magic treehouse.
What's in the greenhouse?
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
What's kipped mean?
Look it up in the library. Cuno's not a fucking dictionary. Fucking small brain. Cuno means the gardener, alright?
Used to work
Yeah,
there?
that's what Cuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Cuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Cuno. Look, Cuno doesn't explain shit. Cuno just says shit.
He looks you in the eye and nods as if agreeing with himself. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Cuno doesn't give a shit.
Okay, though. Who is Cuno?
Cuno's Cuno, Pig.
Cuno. Primal. Violent.
Cuno? Sounds like something you'd call a rabid dog.
Yeah, think about it. Think about that rabid Cuno shit.
Watch out, Cuno, he's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you.
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Cuno! Help! Rape!
The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Cuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
I'm not doing anything.
Everybody, please! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Cuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here in Cuno! Somebody, please!
It's full blast now. The wind carries the message far and wide across Martinez.
Look at his shit-eating grin. He knows there's nothing you can do to him. He's bullying you, and you are helpless. Kill him. Kill him now. He won't see death coming.
Okay, so we can talk to him, or we've got a check here. Red check, physical instrument, challenging 12, shut him down. And we have a 58% chance of doing that, so... I mean, we have to, don't we? Oh, and we succeeded.
The blow connects surprisingly well,
Oh my god.
leaving your knuckles tingling.
We just punched a 12-year-old kid.
Cuno feels it. This was no light tap.
What?
The disorientated 12-year-old is trying to get his bearings. Oh. Okay, so we need to be as jerky as we can be with this. We're not going to apologise. You made me do this. You did this to yourself. Or yeah. go that
No,
one.
officer. You did this. Get yourself together.
Okay, Kim. He didn't
Okay,
approve.
Pig.
He's no longer wearing his demonic grin. Something happened. The punch made him calmer.
Cuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Cuno's dad. Cuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything.
He declares with pride.
The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only her eyes are alive, jumping from actor to actor.
Okay, Pig. Talk to Cuno. We're back in this shit. The fuck do you want?
Okay, we have a very low chance of trying to figure out what's going on with him.
You're dreaming, Pig. That's not how this shit works.
A little, but don't expect anything to change.
Don't let him dominate you, Cuno! Fuck his fat ass!
Maybe we should ask him about the armour again, which is this
The
one,
fuck
isn't it?
about it? You're testing Cuno. Yeah? The kingdom of... Yeah, whatever. Cuno doesn't give a shit.
Well, maybe we'll try this. It's a white check, so I don't think if we fail, I don't think it'll have any serious ramifications.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Yeah, one of these responses is jerkier than the other. Cuno, listen, I know this boundary pushing thing is new to you, but it's old news for us
Get your
grown-ups.
snout out of Cuno's ass. Cuno knows how hard Cuno pushes it. Cuno pushes it hard level. You should give up, Popo, or the Kun will keep fucking it out of you.
You okay, Cuno?
She looks worried. The coon has her confused.
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure.
Okay, if we put skills back into empathy, which is, if we level up, maybe that's something we might do. We can have another go, but for now I think we
Cuno
leave that.
doesn't fucking care.
We've slapped around a 12-year-old, so we'll leave it there for now. Pretty jerky thing to do. Let's go talk to the friend behind the fence.
Cuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Cuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
I just want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Cuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her hat remains. Okay, so we can't really talk to her yet. So, well, we've been given a couple of leads at the docks, I think, to go and speak to people there. Can we run? Oh, yeah, we can run. If I double-click, we can move a bit quicker. What's this?
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
Yeah.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Okay. Got a bin here. I think we'll have a little rummage in there. Bottles inside. Oh, if we had a bag, we could get those. Maybe we should get a bag.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
Fuck you, mail delivery box, and kick it.
There is a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the Lavantorie mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even. Your toe has
We've
suffered
hurt
damage.
ourselves.
It
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box.
You think so? You think it was
I
cool?
don't.
Oh.
Let's go.
Okay. So some people to speak to there. I want to go and
the worn and
report some
beaten
stuff at
wooden
Kim's car.
planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Okay, that's good. So if we need to speak to someone at a particular time of day, we can come here and rest and sort of, fast forward to the relevant time of day. Let's go to Kim's car. So we've got a couple of things to report, haven't we? Including my gun and my badge, which is
Before
going
you
to go well, I'm
stands
sure.
a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet.
I'll open this up.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you.
Let's have a look at the
A
toolbox
metallic
first of all. There
drawer
might be something
slides out
useful in
from
there.
under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Okay, so we've got some stuff here. We're going to take the
The
pry bar.
pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Cold and heavy, like truth. You feel like you're reunited with truth once more. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
I think we'll take the chain cutters as
The
well.
handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts.
Well, maybe that would have been useful earlier when we were trying to cut the guy down from the tree, but that's okay. We got
It's
it done.
robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Okay, I think we just pick up the radio.
The frequency
and do the other
tableau
stuff.
lights up and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then the soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker. Copy.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You could swear she was friendlier with the lieutenant.
Under the green Prime Line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Yeah, let's see if we can get hold of this
Of
Sylvie.
course. What is the number, Officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, Officer.
We're not going to be patient.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. We don't necessarily want to let her know that we're that cop, because we don't know what we might have done in the past.
Oh, right. Hello,
Do you reckon-
officer. What can I do for you?
Okay, she recognises that
There
voice.
is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
Hey, do you want to grab a cup of coffee sometime?
No, absolutely not.
That came so fast, you can't but wonder what else she would be good at. Baseball, ring-a-bell quiz shows, catching keys in the air, petting an angry cat.
Why did you quit your
You
job?
mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know whom.
Is it me? Alright, I won't push you on this. Are you ever coming back?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now.
Did you call the
No.
police?
Not me.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse.
What does the Union have to do
No
with
one
anything?
calls the police. The Union would get angry.
What do you mean?
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
I am the authority round here.
Okay?
She obviously doesn't want to challenge your authority. You feel much better now. Why did you let it hang there for weeks?
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
Let me get this straight. You ignored the law to save your own skin?
I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take him down eventually.
The fucking nerves on her. Trying to hide behind weakness. You're a god. An angry but just god.
I mean, obviously we're going to pick the first option. I'm a god. You reported to me, not to the Union. Is it clear?
Hey, if you cannot restrain yourself, then I'll be handling the interviews from now on, and you can quietly take notes.
You got your methods, I got mine, Lieutenant.
Fine. But know that I don't approve of such gratuitous volatility.
Breathing on the other end suggests that Sylvie is still on the line. She heard everything.
Do you know who made the call?
No. I honestly don't know.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
I showed you my gun. When did that
You
happen?
were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and...
She stops hesitantly, not sure if she should continue.
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really want to know?
And what did I do?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Oh dear.
People tried to back away from you, or even slip out of the door. But you screamed. I am the goddamned law, and you have to listen to me. You are all suspects in a murder investigation.
I'm not sure what to say
Me
about
neither.
that. Yeah, but what happened
No
to the gun?
idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, big bucks cannot lie, and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask.
Okay.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, we're not going to do that. We've got very low morale. If we fail that, I'm a bit
You
worried
hear
about
the
what might
call
happen.
breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a
Connect
second,
to our old
officer.
precinct. Well, our precinct, I mean. She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
Hi, this is me here. I work at your station.
10-4. What's your status? Over.
It's not good.
10-18. 10-20. Over.
Please just talk human to me. These numbers mean nothing.
State your message, sir. Over.
I'm in dire need of financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but
Is it him? What does he want?
he says he needs money.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Fair.
All right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
I don't want to beg.
Anything else, sir? Over.
Badge missing?
10-9, repeat message, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain, over.
1022, the captain. This sounds bad. Bad and scary. Like being called to the headmaster's office in school.
Any other good news?
He's saying he lost his badge.
He what? He lost his badge?
Hey, who is
This
this?
is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir, over. You
Yeah,
mean
the
your
other one.
partner? Over.
Your partner.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vitmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
Uh-oh.
Who lost his badge?
Who's this guy?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Haha, officer has lost his badge, haha, like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh goddamn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vitmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
Can we just move on? I want to get it reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you're in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Who's this guy now?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Could you all please just stop saying lost his
He
badge
asks
for a
you
moment?
to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
The room at the other end of the line erupts into volcanic laughter.
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
Oh, great.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
I've got other things to
10-9,
discuss.
come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too. Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Oh, fuck.
This is a red check, and it's very low percentage, and I worry what might happen to us if that goes down. So we're going to say
10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat please. Over.
it's even lower. Don't say anything.
10-9, come in, officer. Over.
It's even lower. Remain silent with
Come in,
terror.
officer. 10-9, repeat message please. Did you misplace your firearm? Over.
Put the microphone back in its hole
The
for a quick call.
silence is almost deafening after you flick off the switch, severing the connection.
Uh-oh.
That did not go well. I guess the important thing is that you followed protocol and reported your lost items. Did we need
Thanks,
anything
Cam.
else here?
I want to pick up the radio. So
This
I want
is
to go on his saved
57.
station.
How may I assist you?
Let's go on the
As
saved
always,
station.
it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right?
Speed Freaks FM, huh?
Oh, is that what it was called?
He's trying hard to act surprised. See, Kim? I'm not the only embarrassing cop here.
go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
Yeah, that seems like a jerky thing to do.
Souped up motor carriage for one bad mama's boy. For the heavier foot and the freaky M.
God damn it!
The lieutenant moves quick as a viper as he switches off the radio and sets it on prime line. Then he turns to you.
Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak or...
He shakes his head, furiously staring at his feet. What about a heavier foot?
You would be too if you had this motor carriage.
He snaps half seriously.
But seriously, let's quit joking around, alright? We have a case to investigate.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect it to someone?
Nah, we're done with the radio for now.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Well, let's feel the
The
steering
white
wheel.
suede feels luxurious under the touch. and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
We'll tap on the
As
gauge.
you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
This is the Caprice Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like.
Okay, but what is a motor
A
carriage?
motorized vehicle, officer. I'm sure you are familiar with the concept. We've had these for nearly a century.
A century, you say? Do all police have such cool motor
The
carriages?
Caprice Motorcar does provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes.
But this is different. This is a sports model.
I might be wrong, but this one is a sports model, right?
You're right. I didn't take you for a motorcar enthusiast. Do you also like Tip Top, Detective?
What's Tip Top?
An interstellary racing series. You should definitely give it a go if you like motor carriages. It has fantastic competition.
Oh, he's a bit of a motorsport enthusiast. Can we drive somewhere?
No, I'm afraid not. We have a murder case on our hands, remember?
Oh, that thing.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Okay, we're going to leave. That's good though, we've got some cool tools. We'll do something, cause some mayhem with those. But we're going to head towards the docks for now. I don't want to completely explore the area just yet. We'll go where sort of the leads take us, I think. That's nice. We're popular here. Let's talk to this person.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of
Some
course.
questions.
What can I help you with?
Can I borrow your gloves? I'm doing an autopsy.
An autopsy? Wow. Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Ooh. What is this fuck the police business?
Excuse me?
The street sign says fuck the
Oh.
police.
Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
What about the other sign? Pigs go home. Who are these pigs?
I don't know anything about that either. As I said.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
Who are you?
Me? I am just a gardener.
Good to meet you, Just a Gardener. Another question.
I am pleased to meet you too.
Okay.
Me?
Can I ask what she's doing?
I am
here?
working.
Working on what?
I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
But...
Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Down?
Body's down.
Do you mean the body is finally gone?
No, it's on the ground.
Oh, right. Can you tell me when you've taken him away then?
I gotta
See
go.
you around, officer.
Right, now we've got a task to complete a field autopsy. So as we're right here, let's go and see if we can do that. And apologies in advance if it gets a little bit gross. We've had to borrow some rubber gardening gloves to do it, so it's not going to be pretty, I don't think.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Okay, so I don't think we want to do those. What is a
Come
field
on,
autopsy?
officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Actually, it appears I have forgotten what a field
Fine.
autopsy is.
It's a 3-part form to be filled out on the scene by the detectives responsible. One takes note, the other dictates. The goal is to establish cause of death.
Do I need a scalpel?
A scalpel is not always required. I hope this is one of those cases. Latex gloves are, however.
Well, we just got a pair of gloves, but I don't appear to have an option just to
Unfortunately,
use them.
no.
I've got gardening gloves. Maybe they're enough.
They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things, while you will take notes.
Okay, where should I take these notes?
In your paperwork, officer. Just fill out the field autopsy form.
He sighs, already expecting the answer. You're not going to believe this. I think I've lost my paperwork.
Now they only have one paperwork, too.
Officer, what haven't you lost?
My shoes. I have both of them. I found the other one, too.
Good. Otherwise you would only have one shoe now. I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several, actually. But only if it helps move things along.
Yeah, let's work on
Right.
this.
The autopsy form is near the end.
I mean, obviously we're going to take a peek at his notes.
You find a moment as the lieutenant inspects the dead man's fingernails. Just a few glances. The pages are filled with a bulky freehand that's nearly illegible. Still, you can make out a case with a curious title. The Man with the Hole in His Head.
Okay, well, we'll take a look at that.
This appears to be a case investigated about 3 weeks ago. A workplace accident. The titular character's wife tries to get compensation. The company was not forthcoming. It's hard to make out if the hole was fatal.
Okay, what's he written about this case?
It's very hard to draw conclusions. All you can make out is that he is in a hurry to solve the case. The tempo of the handwriting says as much, and that there are a lot of notes in there. Most of them are made prior to arriving at the scene, in preparation.
What's he said about me?
You're probably imagining it. The notes are very hard to decipher at a glance, so don't draw any conclusions from this. But...
What? Uh-oh.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now.
Oh dear.
You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
I'm seriously running out of shits to give Kim. Fuck you.
Fuck me? I understand this is by no means an easy investigation.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while," Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Mac Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, "Whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all."
Okay, right. Well, we're going to load again. I think it auto-saved at some point, didn't it? Yeah, when we were at the car, so I don't think we have to go back too far. But, yeah, that's why we don't want the morale to go down to 0. Now, the question is... have I finished using that? Okay, I think I've reported my gun and stuff, so I think that's all done. I think it's probably saved just after we finish using the car. So we're going to go and talk to this gardener again. And we'll just get the gloves, and then we'll shoot back to the autopsy.
The RCM in Martin, we don't see, of course. An autopsy. See you around.
Okay, let's go back to that autopsy. And this time, we don't want to look at anything that might be insulting about ourselves, and we just give up. And then go and live under a bridge and start throwing excrement at people. Which seems like a fitting end for our investigation,
lies
obviously.
on his... The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep.
Come on, officer. Fine.
We're just going to skip through
Scalpel
this
is
stuff,
not
get back to
always
where we were.
required. Unfortunately, no. They are better than in your paperwork.
Now there.
Officer, what haven't you? Good. I can give you my paperwork. That's right. The autopsy form is near the end.
We'll take a look at his notes again
still.
quickly.
This appears to be. It's very hard.
We won't
to
search
draw
for something about
conclusions.
us. Though.
What?
Okay, so we'll start, playing again from here, really, as if that didn't happen. So,
The dead
so from
man
the autopsy
stares
form.
in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
That's you.
Right, Rafael Ambrosius Costeau.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
2, coroner's case number.
KK57 dash
Okay, we'll write
Next.
that down. Name.
NA. Next.
Date of
NA.
birth.
Hmm.
Age.
Roughly 50.
Right, circa 50.
the corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook. Teeming with opportunistic microorganisms, letting out a foul-smelling diamine compound. Your eyes turn watery.
Mondial.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
What should we write? We're going to write fucky fucky.
Naively, the lieutenant does not double-check your notes.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
Okay.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 050.
Okay.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
What is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
I'm not
A
sure.
silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Cuno. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Yeah, let's do an external
Clothes.
examination first.
The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
When am I going to get that?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity after the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
I mean, obviously we're going to touch his hair.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person after a swim.
Stroke his hair gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand, like thread off a rag doll's head. There's brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Keep petting him.
More hair sticks to your hand. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull below. An alien landscape.
Okay, we're going to write it down, adding the brilliantine.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Cuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Cuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Right down. We're going to amend for high velocity. Obviously,
Ligature
Cuno
mark.
knows what he's talking about. The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now...
He points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck.
We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully. With as much precision as you can.
See? My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
What's the check? 72%. That's actually pretty good. I'm not your pig, Cuno.
You are? You're Cuno's pig?
Let's look for a good spot to
The
cut.
belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Okay. We've actually... -1 for a stupid argument with Cuno. But we increased our check chance to 92% by having a look for a weak spot. So that's good.
After
And we
some
manage it.
deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
Okay.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
He pulls down the man's underpants.
No! It's gonna happen, see?
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
I think we have to have a look for ourselves.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Oh, that's just lovely.
You should touch it.
Yeah, we
Doesn't
should.
feel like anything. Just cold flesh under your finger. Unremarkable and unalive.
My pig's so fucking ill right now.
His voice swells with pride.
Oh, your pig's pretty sick, I gotta say.
Yeah, we move
Back
on.
is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are all combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
He's a soldier or a merc.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, and then moves on to the other hand. I'm going to pick up the hand.
The hand is surprisingly heavy to lift, filled with decay liquids. Feels as though it could explode if squeezed harder. You're suddenly repulsed, so much so you feel compelled to drop it.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were
I
we
was.
expecting any?
Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
So talk about his injuries before we go to an internal examination, I think.
I'm afraid we can't continue before we've
All
gone
right,
through
okay.
both. Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Nope.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Oh, lovely.
You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands he used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Oh, we're going to have a look inside.
No
obviously.
scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like throwing up.
Ooh.
Straight in that mouth. No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
Let's look deeper.
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Okay, let's go with the mouth.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
What?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. Disgust. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it.
All right.
Same for toxicology and serology. And unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there,
The completionist in me wonders if there's still something we could do.
like a toxicology screening. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Brimming with cocaine.
Okay, yeah, we'll add that one.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits lividity in the lower extremities, feet, hands, and neck, visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pool of feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Well, we're going to keep the voila, obviously.
What's next on the list?
Injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Don't worry, Cuno, we've made note of that.
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Right.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
I mean, it's tempting to say fatal injury, but let's do it properly.
Next.
Ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
So we know that he didn't struggle as he was hung, which suggests to me that it may not have been the cause of death. Let's say non-fatal. The lieutenant falls silent abruptly.
Why do you say that?
I'm serious. I don't think this is what killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
Not the psychic arts. Why weren't his hands tied? A big man like this? I'd tie his hands when marching him to the gallows.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you are right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being.
Damn
Let's
right.
wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
First, how did it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally, I do not see this as a parameter for success. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath. We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
Perhaps a drink is in order.
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you? You are proving a useful detective. The organization would miss you.
Nice of him to say.
Now we put him in a body bag and I drive him to Forborg for processing.
The lieutenant looks at the dead man one more time, then at his notebook, then at the corpse again. You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
Ooh, yeah, that's a very low chance. But it's a white check, so we won't... It's something we could do again as well. I might as well try.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Look at his pants.
The genitals in his breeches continue to be unnoteworthy. You see the penis of a dead man. If you've seen it once, you've already got the picture.
Maybe I should touch it again.
There is no need. We have been thorough with the genitals.
The lieutenant looks worried.
Do you think we missed something?
Yes, there's something we're not seeing here.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Where do we find a fridge?
It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
His gaze settles on Cuno.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano, man? You want a piece of the Cuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Okay, let's hurry then.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Okay, so maybe that's the next job. Try and get this body on ice. But we're okay. Well, first of all, what we're going to do, we're going to level up, I think, which we do. There's a thought cabinet, so it's not there. Is this it? So what does it say? How many? What does it say? How many skill points we've got? Unless I'm just missing something. Oh, level up. Do we click that? Oh, no. Hang on. So, what do we want to level up? Our intellect is very low. Psyche. Getting a bit more morale might be good. We're very low on that. Volition. Hold yourself down. Get your morale up. So we would... We'd get an extra morale, would we, if we did that? Very good in physique, but I don't know if we need to level that up right now. Perception's something that might come good, though. We are pretty good on this stuff already. I'm tempted to get a bit more morale going, because we don't want to keep just dying because, you know, we've taken a slightly comedic option. So if we... Ah, okay. It says we've got 3 skill points there, so... If we level that up 1... Can we level it up again? That might be good. And... I don't think we're going to be... We're going to stick as being, like, dumb as rocks, I think. But this might be good. Authority. We could... Can we level this up as well? No. We could assert ourselves. But I think that... What was that check we wanted to do again? I can't remember what we needed to level up. I feel like it was perception. But this will help us bully people, like intimidate the public and assert ourselves. I think that's probably within Jerk Cop's remit. So we'll level that up as well. So we can change... Okay, yeah. So we had 2 morale, and now we've got 4. So we're down to 3, which is good. So we'll be able to, you know, make a few more jerky responses and not worry too much about living under a bridge and throwing excrement at people. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. It was certainly satisfying to take Cuno down a peg or 2, which I definitely didn't do in my first playthrough. So thanks very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, then please do hit the like button, and if you could subscribe to the channel as well, that would be amazing. And hopefully I'll see you next time when we're going to head over... we're going to look for refrigeration options first of all for this corpse, and then we're going to maybe head over to the docks as well and start asking around and seeing if we can dig up a bit more on what may actually have gone down here. So thanks very much, and I'll see you then.